Biden's announcement to step aside for his election came as no surprise for some. In fact, dozens of Democrats wanted him out.
So Democratic political strategist Ed Emerson is joining us in studio with what could happen next now that Kamala Harris tapped in to join the raid with Donald Trump.
Right?
Okay, here we go. Thank you so much, by the way, for being here this morning. So after that disastrous debate several weeks ago, Biden, so here's the thing. He still dug in. He insisted, hey, I'm not tapping out of this race. I'm going to stay in here for the long haul. He's been on the campaign trail with this. But what is the one thing or culmination of things that would make Biden drop out of the race right now?
Well, I think you put your finger on it right away. As if you watch the debate, and I've seen 1,000 debates.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was unbelievable. I mean, it was frustrating because he was ready. He was supposed to be ready, and he came out and he just tanked it. And I think a lot of Democrats, I mean, like myself, I like to be fired up. I like to have somebody who's inspirational, and it just didn't happen that day.
He just got stuck, like, a car, like getting stuck in the gear. It just wouldn't go.
Well, and he later revealed he had a cold. That you could tell from his voice. Yeah. Let's talk about the pick for Kamala Harris. You think this is the right person moving forward? And from what it looks like, a lot of people are already endorsing her.
100%. No question about it. I mean, she's ready. She's been traveling. She's done over 90 events just on the choice issue alone around the country. So I've traveled with the vice president, traveled with the president. It's a tough slog.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of people. It's, as we used to say with Bill Clinton, it was 140 of his closest friends are coming. So you have to park a 30-car motorcade. You have to get the whole thing going. Kamala is ready. She's been through this. She's been overseas. She's been to 30 countries. We used to say in the vice president's office, you die, we fly. So you fly around the world to do funerals of heads of state who might have passed away. But she's done so much more than that. And her time as a prosecutor and her time as a senator is really going to help her a lot. Doesn't matter.
But the running line is, if she was a prosecutor, no one better to prosecute the case against Donald Trump than her, right? That's kind of the same.
And I'll say, yellow dog Democrat. You ever hear that expression? Mm-hmm. If you're from Texas, you'd rather vote for a yellow dog than a Republican. And I think people in the United States, and I think Democrats are going to line up. I think we're fired up. Yeah. I mean, I'm fired up to beat Donald Trump. And if it was Kamala Harris, great. If it was someone else, great. Let's just get together, shoulder to shoulder, get out, hit the streets, knock on doors, make phone calls, that sort of thing, and raise some money.
Now, there's a lot of talk as to who she will pick as her VP. That includes a couple of candidates, and includes Governor Gavin Newsom. Now, should she go with someone who's a left-leaning, ultra-progressive running mate like Newsom, or should she be looking at somebody who's more moderate that would appeal to Republicans who are not so super right, MAGA, Trump supporters?
This battle is going to be suburban women. It is going to be the suburban women in Philadelphia,
battleground states,
Madison, Wisconsin, Charlotte, North Carolina. It's going to be women who are cognizant of the choice issue and who absolutely will vote for the best person. And our goal is to get in and fight in those communities. Buck County in Philadelphia is one place. I think she's got the right formula for it. In terms of a VP, we used to pick VPs based on regional. Somebody's from California, you get somebody from the East Coast, North, South, those sorts of things. Bill Clinton and Al Gore changed that mold. They were from adjoining states. They were both young. They were both vigorous. And it helped us a lot. I think she needs somebody. I mean, I like Mark Kelly. I mean, that's kind of my.
Yeah, that was another.
But a battleground state would make more sense, right? I mean,
absolutely.
That way you have someone in the state that can go around to those areas talking for you, right?
Yeah, Pennsylvania, the governor of Pennsylvania would be a logical choice in that regard. I think it doesn't matter. I mean, at some point we're gonna win, and I think we're gonna win based on 34 felony convictions. Anti-abortion, all the different issues that former President Trump has laid out are antithetical to the Democratic Party, and I think we're going to line up and go hard.
And let's point out the obvious. I mean, Kamala Harris would be the first female black president.
Right.
I mean, that is just monumental on so many reasons.